How long? We've got ages yet, I think.
Ready? How did we do that? How good is that? Oh, that's nice. I was like stoked that it is.
Greetings, Derby fans. It is time for finals action here on track number 2. We've got a Division 3 playoff for 3rd and 4th place between the Tweed Valley Rollers and the Valley Cats. My name is Pants, and I'm joined today by
Godzilla Salt separately. How are you all?
We are so happy to have you here. Do a quick acknowledgement of country while we're here. We're playing on Ghana land here in South Australia, and we acknowledge that the land was never ceded. We'd like to pay tribute and give our respects to the Ghana people, as well as their leaders, past, present and emerging.
Absolutely.
So let's quickly go through the sheets while we got a chance. Would you like to take us through the Tweed Valley Rollers?
I would love to. Look, I had the pleasure of calling one of their games yesterday, and let me tell you, this is quite the lineup. So on Tweed Valley Rollers Valkyries, we have 1-0 Kiff, 1616 Jaded, 1971 Exit Mole, 20 Mischief, 22 Tenacious T, 666 Bloody L, 82 Riff Raff, 83 Pain Terror, 863 Spanky Yankee, 8008 Bust Her, 96 Sugars, 99 Evil Britches, and on the bench we have Taylor Swifty, who'll be using the A, and Paligator.
Sweet as. For your Valley Cats, the amalgamation of the Diamond Valley Roller Derby Club, Geelong Roller Derby and the Gippsland Rangers Roller Derby, we have 12 PMS, 247 Turbo Kerbo, 2627 Hells Yeah, 333 Chucky, 35 Paralyzer, 37 Penalty Box, 45 Assassin Speed, 467 Grazed Anatomy, 51 Melonhead, 55 Bussy the Vampire Slayer, 6 Bad Juju, 666 The Beast, 70 Mighty Mouse, 8 Ray Scar, 9 is Bricks, 99 Morbid Murder and the Benchy Slayer, Groove Reaper, Judy Bench, Doctor's Orders, Dakota Blocker and Veruca Assault. Just before we get going as well, we'd also just like to say, if we mangle the English language, sorry. If we give you bad jokes, we're sorry.
That's a given.
And if we manage to mess up a pronoun or 12, we do apologise. We are trying to get better, and
Absolutely.
we'll do our best to make sure everyone's addressed the way that they ought to be.
And I've got our live chat up in front of us, so please say a hi, say a shout out to other friends and family who might be on the feed,
Yep.
or happy just to say your name on the chat.
Yep. So, yeah, we really love the fact that there's quite a few people already on the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, being brought to you by Beard Casts.
Oh,
Where would
sounds
we
like
be
the best
without our
cast.
beards? It is the best casts in town. Certainly, Niall from Beard Cast has been working like an absolute bat out of everything today.
Absolutely.
Like this whole weekend.
Absolutely. Geez,
And-
I'm glad beards came back. I grew up with a father with a beard, and
There
there
you
was a
go.
big period where no one had beards.
There was a big period in my life when I didn't have a beard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We should take a moment for that.
I've learned.
But they're back, and Beard Cast is back with them. So it's enjoyably seeing some good beards around the track. And we've got
Awesome.
some good beards on the track today in our officials and NSOs.
Yeah, a couple of bush rangers getting rocked out there. That's fantastic.
Captain Caveman's got them all. But the game is
The
about
rolling
to
whistle
begin.
of joy. That means we're about to get some derby.
Now, I think I can just see for TVR is Sugars.
Yep.
And for the Valley
PMS.
Cats,
It's PMS.
it's PMS. Oh, that's too familiar. Too timely right now. PMS is out for lead. Seems like the story of my life. But Sugars not far behind.
Nope, sweet as Sugars is through the pack. We are off and racing down the back stretch. Bit of a coming together there.
Oh, hit
PMS
it and
through.
quit it. Right in, hit it
Yep.
and quit it. Couple of points locked in. Oh, 1 point locked in
It's a
for the Valley
1 point
Cats.
lead.
It is a 1 point lead.
Close game's a good game, etc., etc. We're going to pull out every single
Absolutely.
commentator trope we can.
All the puns, all the usual lines. But, you know, that first jam for our players is always, you've got to get that one out of the system. So they're probably settling in now. Let's see what the other team can do.
Yep. Sorry about the audio bleed that's coming through probably on the feed. So we'll do our best to talk over the noise.
Absolutely.
Now coming out of the pack here for...
And I've got for TVR, I've got Kiff, who's just come out
Yep.
as lead jammer.
Yep, Kiff is through. As
And
is,
Paralyzer
That's
for the
right.
Cats.
So Paralyzer trying to get around the outside. No can do. That TVR defense is holding strong. Good brace position.
And Kif just comes straight through and grabs some points. Now, I've been watching Kif over the weekend, an absolutely impressive jammer. One of those jammers who can just find holes that don't exist. It's
really
very
good
nice.
Paralyzer up the inside line, gets free.
And Kif trying to get a few more points on a second pass, which they're now out. So another 4 points locked in.
Yep.
And called the jam.
Getting a bit mangled by Morbid Murder on the outside, but Morbid wasn't able to hold back the Kifsto.
Yeah.
8 points for the TVR team.
So lead change.
Lead change
I know,
already.
It's jam 2. It might be a bit early for that. But if people
but
are early, well, it's not that early. I
It's
just slept
early
in this
enough.
morning. Maybe they are having a few shots with every lead change. Could be one of those games, though.
A few shots of coffee,
Hot
perhaps.
coffee, that might be better.
A nice hot tea.
Oh, I did have a cup of tea this time, so that was nice. Sugar's
Excellent.
on the jam line for TVR, for the
Yep.
Valkyries.
PMS as well. And around the outside goes Sugars. TVR, look at that lateral movement there for that tripod. PMS getting some O and getting free.
Yes, and little sneaky around the outside for Sugars.
That was just brazen.
I think they just snuck up. It was one of those moments that a lot was happening. And, of course, they've called it to lock in those 4 points.
Excellent stuff. Sorry, that was Mighty Mouse there with the helmet cover on for the Valley Cats. Little pocket rockets. It's a little hard to tell apart.
They
but,
are,
yep,
especially
that was
behind the
Mighty Mouse.
blockers with the position we're in.
Yeah, we're down the pivot line, very close to our camera position here, so it's a little hard to pick up who's who, but it looks like we've got Kif and PMS this time on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're at 12 for Tweed Valley Rollers and 1 for the Valley Cats.
Plenty of time.
And both teams, again, using the tripod that we see so popularly.
Well,
That's a good
like
one for the morning.
It's a standard defensive move these days,
It is.
so everyone does it. So and
It works.
Yeah,
It works.
It works. Kif is through, gets the points and the call. So TVR just happy to do points and call at this stage. Not too much tactics going on. It's just
Get
get
in.
out, get
Yeah.
your points, get out again, switch it over.
And I've just noticed in the comments, Evil Britches, your grandbaby is cheering you on. Good luck. Oh, I love that.
Sweet.
So many families in roller derby, and I know that we'll see it in all of the finals as well
Wherever
today.
you're joining us from around Australia, around the world, thank you for coming online for the
And-
Grand Southern Slammer 2022.
And Sugars for TVR is out,
Meanwhile, 863 is off to the bin.
and we've got
That's,
Paralyzer jamming for the Cats.
Yep, Spanky Yankee off as well as Riff Raff. So now the Valley Cats with the pack advantage.
And coming around for some points, but will it be called off?
Let's find out.
They're doing a bit of a bleed, maybe to get some players out. Or
I'd say so
they're
because
just- yeah.
the TVR are pretty light on.
they are, but both jammers back out again. Oh, we've seen a turn in the jammer. Will it be jammer on jammer action? Yes. Love a little bit of tappy. And coming
was
through for
awesome.
another scoring pass.
Paralyzer just was having none of it. Didn't slow down.
Yeah.
No momentum change. It's like, oh, Sugars, you're in front of me. Leave me alone.
That's right. And we've got a call off then, cleaned out the penalty box, the Tic Tacs penalty box, of course, and locked in some more points. So we had Tweed Valley Rollers on 10, the
Yep.
Valley Cats on 4 for that, bringing it to 26 to 10.
5.
Oh,
Yep. It's close.
I'm
We're-
trying to promote them.
We're getting through. We're back to 5-on-5. The Tic Tacs penalty box is now clear. So back to old school derby, the way that it ought to be. 5 versus 5, no weapons. Quick jammer penalty.
A
No,
return back to the track.
It may have been a false start rather than an actual penalty there.
Rather than penalties, because we didn't hear a whistle.
Nope, so Tenacious
T.
gets on through, as does the Valley
Melon
Cats jammer.
Head. We've got jamming.
Melon Head, awesome.
Melon Head. And protecting their melon head today, of course, with a beautiful helmet.
Absolutely. Got to protect your melons.
As someone who's had quite a few concussions, they are a bad time. And don't do it.
I'll believe you.
They're important. Important injuries, the old heads. But Tenacious T out for 4 points, and Melon Heads just called it to lock in their additional 4. So a 4-8, 30-13 at the moment,
All right.
with Tweed Valley in the lead.
rhyming scores for everybody at home. Some of our favourites. Waiting for a few palindromes as things go along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
I think
looks
we've got Kiff on the jam line for TVR.
Yep, and PMS for the Valley Cats.
4-on-4. Penalty box still nice and clean. It's been interesting Saturday. I think the penalty box was quite busy. Of course, people getting used to the floor and knowing what they can and can't do on this. This is quite a grippy floor.
That was awesome. That was 247 or 467. I think.
And we have
Turbo
a
Curbo or
penalty.
Crazed Anatomy. Oh, Kit's
Penalty
off for the
for Kiff.
Kiff is off.
A cut track.
Oh my
So
goodness.
power jam for the Cats.
Here we go. So it's all down to PMS. There's phrasing.
Are they in the mood?
The phrasing is just going to be. I think PMS is definitely in the mood, not a mood.
That's true. True. I always remember in Mystery Men, the PMS Avenger. I work only 4 days a month. I feel that to the core.
4 points for the Valley Cats. The comeback is on.
Yeah, Kiff's returning to the track, and they will not be held bouncing around the track at the moment, trying to break through these blockers. They keep reforming. The Cats are really stepping it up. And,
nice.
Just hit out by the captain.
That was 2627 Hells, yeah.
And that is a Hells yeah for that little hit out.
That was sweet as. 8 taking a big old tumble.
But PMS through, locking in a few more points. I think we'll see a good 8 points for the Valley Cats on that one.
Yep, Race Scar took quite a heavy fall there on the pivot line at the end of the jam, but no worries. Dust yourself off, try again. It's 21 for the Valley Cats now, chasing down the Tweed Valley Rollers, being held to 30. I think there's a couple of scoreless jams now for TVR, so
momentum's changed a little bit.
On the comeback.
And I can see Sparkle Sexual. Kiff is the most awesome. I love seeing a Kiff fan out there.
Oh.
And go Tweed. I'm wondering if we have some Valley Cats lovers out there. Get on the comments, give a little shout out.
Sugars, meanwhile, is picking up lead jammer. And Mighty Mouse, just the one blocker left to beat. But it's not happening. Now it is. So now jammer versus jammer. The sprint is on.
And usually in this position, you'd see people calling it out. Oh, a little bit of jammer on jammer action. They've got their last blocker out, which is smart. But they're going in for points.
Let's go for it. Oh, Mighty Mouse!
Oh!
All the way through.
And
barely touched the sides.
That is always the risk that you play when you're going in for a second or third pass. And a penalty for Sugars.
Jam. Oh, here we go.
This is the ultimate moment where we look back and say, should Sugars have called that? What was the bench thinking? We have options.
Every single jam is a coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Absolutely, absolutely. But now I think Mighty Mouse is getting a little held at the back by the TVR blockers.
Yep, the blockers come out to play and they are laying it down the line.
A lot of burning out this power jam. That's all that the Tweed Valley Rollers will be working on at the moment is reduce the bleed, reduce this power jam. And hit out the front there for number 82 Riff Raff. And a little run back.
The Beast is in the mix here for the Valley Cats as well, laying down some excellent power moves.
Oh, Sugar's back on the track and, back off the track with a cut track.
Oh, no. This is not what you need.
No, and that was called by Jim Peckable, who I think this is now probably their 301st game that they've refereed.
I was going to say 80,000th and 74th.
Yep.
And so Jim Peckable's been such a part of the scene for so long.
Around nearly as long as I've been.
Absolute royalty out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got Dino doing the jam reffing.
Yeah, Dino.
Gobby in the middle there. We've got
John Ref Kennedy definitely has been around as long as I have.
Long time. And some excellent OPR coverage. Got Damo, got Bambi, got KO. This is, all the ref crews are sterling.
Absolutely.
But we've got some awesome talent out here. And it's been like this all TGSS long.
It really has been.
They've been turning it around time after time.
And Pence, check out this score. Valley Cats are back.
Yeah.
34 to 31. Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
We've got plenty of time left to go.
We do. Hey, we've got an official review, which is great time for us to officially shout out to our sponsors. Let's talk about the Skate Society. They're our major sponsor for the Great Southern Slam. And let's just remind, especially because we're virtual at the moment, all of our stores, our skate stores that give us some great derby gear, you can order online.
Of course you can.
And,
this is the future we live in.
This is the future. The male people come. I don't know about anyone else, but working from home and hearing my doorbell ring is the best part of my day.
I get the notification saying, go to the post office and pick up everything because you won't have your door.
Oh,
That's all right.
I just love it when they leave it.
Okay, we've had a quick score adjustment, so it's 35 now. 37, sorry, for the Tweed Valley Rollers. So a couple of points being added to
Paralyzer through as lead, of course, with the power jam
and
for the Valley Cats. Yeah, there must have been a little discrepancy in there for the points to be updated.
That's why we have our jam refs all over it. They fix it up, make sure the addition is correct.
And Paralyzer calling off the jam, locking in their 4 points and just getting out of there. Let's not give Sugars any room to come through and grab any sneaky points.
All right, quick change. Let's get the mob off. Let's get a new one on.
That's right. We've got Kiff for the Tweed Valley Rollers on the line.
And it's PMS again.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's a 2-point game at the moment. Tweed Valley Rollers with their noses just that itty bitty bit in front.
Yeah, really slightly at the moment, but huge change in what's been happening. So I think the next few jams will be quite critical. Kiff pushing through. Only one jam at a face, one more block at a face.
Oh, here goes PMS.
You know, PMS does sneak up on you when you don't know. You can be just sitting there feeling fine, boom, PMS. Sneaks up, breaks through, and you know about it.
Speaking of sneaking up on you, Kiff absolutely powered through the middle there.
And coming around for points, so let's watch if there's going to be, call off from PMS. Smart move there.
Yep.
Get that 4 in, lock it in.
When PMS is called off.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Hey, but we've got the lead change. Valley Cats on 39, Tweed Valley on 37. This might be a little nail biter.
I've been hanging out for this. I mean, this whole day's been filled with immensely competitive derby.
Absolutely.
And some really close scorelines now coming through, which is awesome for derby fans, both here and at home.
Absolutely. And there's been some, we know with roller derby, sometimes things can feel close, but the scoreboard doesn't tell us that.
Yep, Tenacious T being knocked to the inside. Now got to go try again. Trying that outside line. And he's gone through.
Through for a lead. And we have Mighty Mouse. Yeah, still fighting. The blockers.
Getting some help, getting some O from 9-9. Morbid Murder.
But Tenacious T is coming into the pack and entering for points now. So a lot of twisting, a lot of turning around the outside. Held up by Bricks, pushing through.
The Beast in the middle there, getting amongst it.
And calling it off.
All right. All over.
And lead change.
You're never going to get tired of saying that, are you?
I just remember back in the old dark days, there was the drinking game, and there's some games you do not want to be drinking to. Even if it's only coffee, you are going to be wired, I think, by the end of this game.
Well, do you not want to be drinking to, or definitely want to be drinking to?
That's
This is the big question we're asking.
Pros and cons of both.
Exactly.
Maybe if you're just doing water and you're trying to hydrate, this is definitely the
this
game.
This is definitely the right game for you.
A shot of water each lead change, you might be well hydrated.
Paralyzer.
Oh, Sugars! Straight through for lead for the Tweed Valley Rollers.
Yep, Paralyzer getting stuck at the back. That is 863. Spanky Yankee calling the shots here for the defense.
Oh, we've got some good individual blocking up against Sugars now. They're hitting up the tripod and round the outside.
That's 4
Not just
points.
for Trailer Park girls.
It's for everyone who wants to have a go.
It's for everyone.
Both jammers free. But
And
it's
on
Sugars.
scoring passes.
Yep, so Sugar's got the work to do now. Shaken off 5-1 Melonhead.
And I saw the head turn looking for where the Cats jammer was, but deciding they're going to go through.
Well, there was also TVR players in the Tic Tac's penalty box as well.
Yeah.
So one being set free. The other one is now up on their feet. So not too long with a pack disadvantage.
Yeah, you have
heading
to.
into the next jam.
And it is always that thing of blocking the points or break out the blockers. In this type of game, when it is quite close, you want as full a pack as you can get. So sometimes having that even scoreline just to clear out the penalty box, the tic-tac penalty box, is really important.
TVR building on their lead, 7 points now.
Sending out
off an
Kip.
8-3 jam. Oh, Kif on the outside getting stonkered.
Oh.
Able to keep him play and just cut through that inside off the apex.
But
Well done.
PMS not far behind, really chasing Kif down. They want to let Kif know that PMS is coming.
Yeah, and I think the pack has picked up a bit in response here. Oh, Kif, did she get the points and call? Got some points. That's good. 4.
4 and locking in 0 for the Valley Cats, which is really smart.
All
Getting
right.
a little bit of advantage now, the Tweed Valley Rollers, the
Yep.
Valkyries.
Yep, so it's a double-digit lead now. 11 points, the biggest lead of the game thus far. So could we be starting to see, but as we've seen throughout this, it ebbs and flows, the pendulum
That's
swings
right.
way. It
There's
can
been a pull
certainly
away.
swing one another.
Bring back together.
Yep.
And this depends a lot whether you've got jammers that take risks and sometimes pick up some penalties.
Oh.
Sugar's again out for lead. Only had 2 blockers to get through in the pack at the moment.
The Beast certainly making sure Sugar's felt every bit of that.
And Mighty Mouse is still up against Tweed Valley's blockers, really pushing through. I don't know if everyone on the feed can hear the whistle bleed at the moment, but I keep thinking jams are getting called off at weird spots.
Chucky also getting amongst it for the Valley Cats.
But Sugar's coming around from maybe another scoring pass, maybe a couple of points, because Mighty Mouse is right behind them.
Here we go. Everything happening on turn 3, just where we can't see it. But Sugar's made it look easy. Looking at the bench, what's going down?
Yeah, looking in the penalty box, making some decisions.
As the pivot heads in, so...
And it is 2
Exit
blockers
mole.
on 2 blockers. Oh, now 3.
Yep, exit mole in the Tic Tacs penalty box now for the Tweed Valley Rollers. So packs both being depleted. Oh ho!
Good smile on Sugar's face when they got hit out then. Really enjoying the contact, which we do play a contact sport. And I don't know.
I got hit really hard and I landed on my bum. It hurts. Yay!
They did real good. I love it. You did real good when you're on the ground looking up at a person.
At the moment, it's 64 to 50. The score bench wanting an official's timeout to check something.
And,
So let's
on
have a
pants now.
Yes.
Conveniently, let's talk about pants. Not you specifically.
Well, please don't, because
But-
enough people talk about me and it's rude. I feel.
Have you heard about the inflatable pants from Peak
I've
Recovery?
seen these inflatable packs in action, and I've never seen derby players look so relaxed.
They do. They've got these lie-back chairs, and you put on these pants, and they inflate around your legs, and you just relax. Because with peak
It's the
conditioning
future.
and coaching, their motto is train hard, recover harder.
It didn't look hard at all, to be honest. It looks. Look, if you want the future of air travel,
Oh, yes.
can you imagine being on a plane and they just strap you into one of these like beautiful inflatable pants?
Oh,
Just that beautiful
This-
compression.
this feels
for
like first
6
class.
or 7 hours. You fly internationally, you get off the plane and just say, I am floating.
one day I just hope that somehow magically I get upgraded. I don't want to pay for it because I don't have that kind of money. But that idea of being in inflatable pants, lying back, traveling to some exotic place, or not exotic, who knows?
I think this is an opportunity for Peak. I think they need to get on it.
Oh.
Peak is spelled P-E-A-Q, by the way. So if you want to look them up online, P-E-A-Q, Peak Conditioning and Coaching.
And we got the jam coming on again. We've got Kif on for the Valkyries.
Oh, look at this. It's just all
And
happening
it's a
at the
melon
back.
head,
Yep.
for the Valley Cats.
Yep. Kif.
Kif!
Around on the outside. Oh, Melonhead trying to follow along but getting tripped up by 2-0. That's mischief.
And I just got excited for a minute because Turbo Kerbo had a beautiful lineup, and I was wondering whether they were going to reach Kif just a moment ago, but just a little too fast. Kif through, scoring some penalties, grabbing what what they can and calling it off.
Scoring some points, I think, rather than
Oh,
penalties, I hope.
yes. Oh, words.
But yes, Evil Bridges gave out a little bit of friendly fire to Kiff in that scoring pass. So Kiff went flying, and it's just like, yeah, that's your own player, guys. You're not supposed to lay out your own player.
That's the time that you just go, I'm a helper, knowing you are not a helper.
No, you're not a helper. If anything, you're a hinderer.
Absolutely.
All right, so at the end of that, I'm not sure there were any points scored on that. No, there weren't.
Oh.
So 64 plays 50, Tweed Valley Rollers still in front. Side-to-side action from the Jammers, Tenacious T and PMS. It's T. It's all about T.
It is all about tea. We had a jam yesterday where both jammers were teas. There was tea referees, there was tea everything, and no one could get me a cup of tea. I was a bit sad. But Tenacious T coming in, PMS now coming in for some points as well, and everyone on the deck.
Head first diving from PMS to get through the pack.
Big smile on PMS's face. I think they might have got some sneaky points. They're just waiting to see from the referees here.
A little bit of a consultation with one of the OPRs.
Yeah, we've got one for Tweed, but I think we've got 4 for the Valley Cats. No wonder PMS had that cheeky grin on their face. They knew they did all right.
I love me a sneaky point.
Absolutely love a sneaky point. Oh, but we have an official review.
Mind if I go out and see what that's about?
I would love you to.
All right, let's see what that's about.
And while Pants is going out to find out what's happening, I'll just talk about some of our other sponsors that we've got here. Odyssey Health Practices. They've been offering beautiful cheap massages all weekend. 10 minutes, $10 for 10 minutes, $20 for 20 minutes. Look, back in the day, penalties used to be a whole minute. I'd pay $1 for someone to massage me in the penalty box. That'd be great. $7 later and I'll be out of the game, which occasionally happens. Tic Tacs is sponsoring our penalty box, and of course, they also do financial planning. I am a Tic Tacs client. I love my little catch up with Kit Kat every year that we talk about my tax and talk about roller derby and over the years. But of course, Adelaide Showgrounds has been such a terrific sponsor. There is no venue like this venue for the Great Southern Slam, so we really appreciate that. But Pants is back.
Okay, so it's about on turn 3. The Valley Cats are seeking a jammer penalty. So they believe that there was a back block that was not called.
Was that right at the end?
Towards the end, the last 5 seconds. So we're just going to see what that's about.
And I wonder whether this is going to be a little bit about what was the impact, because Tenacious T was on their butt.
Well, a lot of what's happened in these quarterfinals, these semis, has come down to how many jammer penalties there have been. So that's what we're going to wait and see what we can find out.
Oh, let's watch out. Panzer's going back in again. I can see on the thread we've got Siona saying, go Valley Cats. I'm glad to see some Valley Cats shout-outs there. And of course, Grant, I'm glad to see that you're on there. Don't think they're getting the back block. We will wait and see what happens. I love when there's an outside pack ref watching. Are we seeing anyone sense the bin? Here's Pants for the report.
Alrighty. So it's not being handed out. So it came down to a question of where did the primary impact occur?
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't in the zone. It was in the right zone for impact. It was in the lower sort of hip sort of area. That's where the primary impact was. So there may have been incidental back contact after.
Grant called it.
But there it is.
So we're back on. And we've got Tenacious T, I think, back out for the Valley Cats. Or is it Sugars? Sorry, my apology. It's Sugars. I was looking for the Plats. And Mighty Mouse.
I was going to say, I can't see the Valley Cats jammer. It must be Mighty Mouse.
That's the only way we can tell.
Hitching a ride. That's how you do it.
Sugars all coming in, skimming off some of the Cats' blockers, taking a knee, coming out. And will they lock in these points by calling it off? Yes, they will. Just before a little mini Mighty Mouse. There have always been some absolutely phenomenal smaller statured jammers. And I always think about Shortstop from Canberra.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. If you could see them, they're already past you.
Moment, my favourite numbers on the board, 54. so Valley Cats are on 54 and Tweed Valley Rollers on 69.
And Kif is out for lead jammer for the Tweed Valley Rollers. And we've got Melonhead fighting through the pack.
Kif coming on through. Loves that outside line, but that's how you do it. Lovely on turn one. You just rock that outside-inside line across the apex. 4 points, just like that.
Absolutely. And we've got Melonhead being really caught up with these Tweed Valley blockers. They're doing a lot of work to capture, slow them down, and we now have a knocked out and run back by Exit Mole, the captain.
Yep, so loving the recycling those Tweed Valley Rollers. Exit Mole once again anticipating being on the inside line to meet Melonhead. But Melonhead too strong.
Yeah, just a little switchy-roo on that inside, but Kif not shutting them down.
I tell you what, that was a really handy 12-point jam for TVR.
Hugely.
They've had some issues with the jammer penalties, and this is exactly what you want to do. You want to build up a bit of a buffer, because in the second half, if your jammers are starting to get into trouble,
you need a little bit of something.
You need a bit of space.
And these teams would have played, this is probably their fourth game, I think, for the weekend.
Easy, yes.
It gets tiring. Not all the rosters are particularly big. Certainly the Valkyries.
These are athletes. What are you talking about?
That's true, but even
everyone
athletes
knows how to be an athlete nowadays. Come on.
True.
Speaking of athletes, geez, look at Sugar's.
Matrix style.
Strike. Look at that spine bend and stay in bounds somehow.
That is strong abs.
But here goes PMS.
Sneaking on through. I almost thought it was a power jam for a minute, because I couldn't even see where PMS was, but they're through for lead.
It's like that sometimes. You don't know what's going to happen. Good one, PMS. Through the pack. Gets
calling
the
it off. And again, what they need just to stay in this game. Don't want to let Tweed get too far ahead. Got to pull them back. A 4 and a call off's always a good way to get in and get out.
All right.
Kif back on the jam line.
Fun with us. You are awesome, Turbo. Just yeah.
Kif and Grazed Anatomy on the line together. Just out the front. There was a lot of sneaking on through, but I don't think Grazed Anatomy's far behind.
Not Grazed also through the pack.
What a great name.
Kif.
Whoa!
Kif managing to somehow find a tripping point in the middle of the track where the concrete is clean and pure.
Deceivably flat. That's what I like to call it. But I think it was one of those Kif thought they were going to have a bit of impact on a player, but found a gap instead and just lost balance a little.
It makes you panic a little. You see the tripper, you just see the heads coming in at elbow height. The heads coming at elbow height. Please, no contact. And thankfully there wasn't any.
Absolutely.
And it's completely accidental. You just fall over and accidentally clip a body part on the way through.
That's
and it's like,
right.
Ow.
And sometimes it can help. It can help get a couple of extra points. At other times it hinders. I've seen it work both ways.
Well, that time it's only the single point there for TVR. Melonhead and Tenacious T. And Melonhead is your lead jammer. Go nuts, Valley Cats fans.
And Tenacious T now out of the pack, giving a bit of space and time for Melonhead to grab some points.
Yeah, a bit over half a track, so lots of space. But TVR defense taking care of Melonhead, forcing the call off.
Absolutely. 2 points.
Yep.
But when you had a good 3/4 of a track, 2/3 of a track, you're trying to avoid those hit outs because you want to get all 4 if you can. Oh, we have a pivot off, a line foot on the line start, which back in my day, back in the old days, this was a thing that happened all the time.
You would start fights in the car park afterwards over things like that. But no, not here. It's all friendly.
It's all family.
Sugars outside, no can do. Inside,
whoa!
No can do again. Low block called.
And that was an awkward hit on a down skate, accidental, but a little bit of a twisty. And is that PMS for the Cats?
It is PMS.
Fighting through the pack.
Yep, Ray Scar off to the Tic Tacs penalty box for the Valley Cats. So now Sugar got fewer players to go past, makes it look easy.
And look, I wonder for the Valkyries, when you're defending off PMS, what do you use? Like sometimes I give it a bit of Panadol. Sometimes I just have a quiet time in my room. Sometimes I just let them loose. And I think that the Cats might be letting PMS loose to do their thing.
As a fully fledged member of the male species, I'm going to do the right thing and keep my mouth shut.
I think that's wise. Back on the line, I can see Kif there for the Valkyries. And just waiting, it must be Mighty Mouse because I can't see who it is. Yeah, it's Mighty Mouse.
Meanwhile, Kif was straight up the outside line.
Mighty Mouse chasing behind.
Yep.
Never one to be left
Very similar,
behind.
both jammers loving that outside run.
And I'm enjoying, there is a lot of offense happening in this pack for Tweed Valley, really breaking up the Cats' defense there. And so it was...
Tell you what, it may just... I think this has been happening quite a bit. Like we're talking about the Perth versus Sydney game before. And Perth really had the defense well organised. They were able to switch from offense to defense back again. They were really able to break up the pack. And it comes down to organisation. How
Absolutely
disciplined is your defense?
And how confident are they that they can switch roles and play both jobs? Some teams will have a few players who have that switch down pat.
Yep.
Other players really have the defensive line and an offensive player. And sometimes that's just a bit of the maturity from the team. Oh, a lovely dip dive duck then. And Tenacious T coming around. So, yeah, it depends on that maturity of the team. I think you really find that showing through this weekend. Tenacious T, a little knockdown. Melonhead, a little knockout. So,
But got some hips passed, I reckon, on the way through. So definitely points on the board.
And a power
Melonhead.
jam.
Oh, here we go. So chance for the Valley Cats to get back into it. 4 points on the board already. And they're chasing down. It's now a 26-point lead.
So this could be a time that they could really monopolise. You know, it's only 30 seconds, but
It's
you
not
can do
really
some
that
magic
long.
there.
And now you got the TVR defense coming out to play. That's 8-2 riffraff. And that's someone you don't want to come up against on a regular basis.
Absolutely. Coincidentally, I love that Riff Raff's playing because I am doing a Riff Raff inspired outfit for the space theme tonight at the after party.
Now. Well,
I'm going to get my reverse pony out.
I will look for this.
The sewing machine's out. Newcastle is at full flight in our purple and yellow, so there should be some odd costumes coming out. But Tenacious T is back on the track and pushing through. And I think in my rambling, we've got a power jam switch.
Oh, well, there you go. Tenacious T now racking up some points. Got a good chance.
Oh, we got another shout out from Corey for the Valley Cats. Good to hear. I know they're across 3 leagues, so hopefully lots of fans. Oh, lovely hit there on the outside on Tenacious T.
Nice work here from the captain for TVR in the middle there. Oh, yeah, go Millen. Oh, cut track came out. Got to go back. Oh, this is tragic now for the Valley Cats as we reach the end of the jam. And we've got time for another jam as the first half is drawing to a close. But it's a solid 30-point lead now for TVR.
It is. I think Tenacious T might have been a bit relieved. They look like they were losing a bit of footing at the end of that jam. So I think they're pretty glad that jam was over and we can put some fresh legs out for the Valkyries. And they've put out Sugars, which is always a smart choice.
What a surprise. It got a power start. Where's Sugars?
Where's Sugars?
All right. Whistle blows.
No offense from TVR, interestingly, but they are holding that pack back.
And it's a forearm, so that was number 6 doing the right thing at the right time. Bad juju getting in the way in just the right point, drawing the forearms penalty on Sugars. So now...
Packs are changing jobs. They've got to wake up and realise that Melonhead's coming out and straight through. They weren't ready for that quite yet. Sometimes it takes a little moment to realise what's happening, especially when your jammer's on the outside of the track and on the other side of the track.
Pat being spread out. They were trying to isolate Spanky Yankee, but that's a hard ask, to be honest.
Absolutely. Melonhead through for some points. 4 points straight up on the board.
And meanwhile, Sugars is back on track. Probably
Zigging
has to
and
complete
zagging.
their initial again.
Absolutely. They're out now for their initial.
But it's going to be a 2-minute jam? No, it's not. We have had the lead being awarded to Melonhead.
Because they started in the box.
That is the go-ahead the bench once more.
Oh,
and it's another cut.
Sugars.
Oh, my goodness. It's another forearms penalty.
Oh.
Sugars just cannot keep her hands off the merchandise.
But they're so sweet. Or
Oh,
maybe
look,
they're not.
They're lovely.
I love some
But-
irony in names. Maybe they're not. Like,
So here
am
we
I really
go.
the queen of the monsters? Maybe I am.
I never mess with Godzilla.
I would. She's a little
My
lemonade sandwich.
favorite kaiju. Alrighty, so we're reaching the end of the first half. It's now intermission time. At the moment, the scores are 98-80, so it's been clawed back by the Valley Cats. They are now on a 18-point differential.
Which is, it's really coming back. This momentum, if
that's
this
one
wasn't
power jam.
half-time, you would
Yep.
absolutely be calling a timeout if you were the Valkyries, because there is a change. There is a change in the feeling, and you just don't want to keep that going. Stop the momentum. That's what you need.
Yep.
Start your own.
Yep.
So going to keep us an
this
outsider.
is the way it's been, because we've had teams that have been down at halftime. They come back after halftime, and someone's put some napalm in the tank. It's been explosive output from that team, and they've come back. They've clawed back. They've got victories. It's
Absolutely.
been amazing.
Maybe they're all sugared up. That's what I often do, get out the Allen
It's probably
snacks.
the sugar.
Everyone takes a bite out of sugars and
There we
gives
go.
it a go. But
Alrighty, so let's have a quick break. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes' time. Go get yourself something hot and sweet and lovely.
yes, a nice. I do like a white with one. Tea. Well, I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm in a lovely cup of tea. I would be going for that right now.
Well, I'm sweet enough already.
Oh, you sure are, Pants. We'll see you
Alrighty.
all soon.
See ya. Welcome back, Derby fans. It is nearly time for the second half.
And we just snuck across to the other track. Don't switch over. But BCR are leading VRDL Thunder Lightning,
Yep,
whichever team, the Thunder.
It's the Thunder. Yep, so BCR are currently leading.
And,
so that's pretty intense over there right now.
It is. It's a close game, both tracks at the moment, which is what we love to see at finals day.
All right. Just joining us, it's an 18-point game. TVR in front, 98 playing the Valley Cats. They're on 80.
But this is a game that has been going both ways. It is close. There might be a little sneak out in the points, and then it creeps back together again. I think we're seeing a few jammer penalties being chewed up or being utilised. Things are happening both ways.
It's a potential classic, this one. We've had a bit of everything. Some nice old-school derby manoeuvres.
Oh, pivot line start. Hello.
Pivot line stuff. We've seen some nice whips. We've seen a few, really beautiful little bits of play.
Absolutely. Look, I know people will get in trouble, but if we could sneak in a knee start, I'd be buzzing.
I tell you what, we need to do a knee start just for old time's sake, don't we?
Just for the lols.
Just for the lols. Little track repair still going on, thanks to our mighty officials. They've been taking care of all of our safety here over this wonderful long weekend here in Adelaide. Big shout out to all the officials. Big love for the NSOs and the skatey refs. Couldn't do it without them. Wouldn't want to. They say it'd just be people just skating around, smashing into each other, which has its moments, but at the same time, it has its
pros and cons.
It definitely has
pros
its
and
moments.
cons.
All right, so people getting back on the track. We are going to have a power start with Paralyzer on for the Valley Cats.
Probably good choice. Paralyzer's been doing some good stuff on the track so far.
Yep, and Sugars is in the Tic Tacs penalty box.
And unfortunately, Sugars had that little penalty spiral there, and these things happen, and hopefully half-time it means that they've shaken it off. And
that's it. This will be the last time that Sugars sees the Tic Tacs penalty box for a very long time.
Let's hope so for them. Oh, fast pack here. Well done, Cats.
Yep, stretching
Sorry, well done, Valkyries.
Get the no pack.
And then the Cats pull back just to hold them in. Of course, putting Paralyzer through the pack for lead.
All righty, here we go.
And we've got
Paralyzer on the scoring pass.
And Sugar's just about to enter for their initial.
Going for a dive through. I don't think that was the best move.
May not have been intended.
That's beside the point. You don't dive through the pack like that. You got to stay on your feet.
Absolutely.
On your feet.
But Sugars is through for their initial. And we're hearing call, and Paralyzer's called it, hopefully grabbing some points.
So first blood to the Valley Cats, getting a couple of points on the board. 82, chasing down Tweed Valley Rollers, unmoved on 98. It's a low-scoring affair. Same with the other track, low-scoring affair, but that's only just an indicator of how intense the pack situation has been. Absolutely.
And, a close game's a good game. A low-scoring game's a good game.
Yeah, all you need is 1 point in front of the win, and for the win,
That's
and you're
the ultimate secret. Have you heard too that you have to have more points than the other team and you win?
I believe it's in the rules.
Secret to success.
It used to be in the rules. I don't know if it still is, but it used to be the rules. Team with the most points wins.
And Kif is out for the Valkyries at the moment,
But
and
it's PMS who's through his lead jammer. Kif. Almost through.
A knockback, but player out, coming back in. still up against all these blockers that keep turning up on them from the Valley Cats. Oh, big awkward fall, I should say.
At the moment,
And now run back.
Yankees in the Tic Tacs penalty box for the TVR team. So slight pack advantage now.
But PMS gone through for another 4 points and calling it off.
Here we go. Another lot of points on the board for the Valley Cats.
Oh, and we had a bit of a whistle issue there, but the confusion was confirmed quickly.
That's it. Everyone just wanted to keep playing, and I do not blame them.
Yeah, just let them play.
Just let them go.
I regularly love to yell at the referees just to let them play.
Just don't call
let them
it.
play.
Don't call it.
Of course, it's usually during a team timeout where it's not the ref's choice, but that's what makes it funny.
That's beside the point. That's how they get dance moves instead.
That's right. Real
Mighty
light plaque
Mouse.
on for TVR, but they have broken through with Sugars, of course.
Yep, Mighty Mouse weaving their way through the pack. Oh, nice attempt at a defensive apex jump there from Riffraff. Didn't connect, but I do like to see a defensive apex jump. That's specky.
Absolutely. And look, there was some smart offense happening in there for the Valkyries. And now they have all their blockers back on for Mighty Mouse to come back in. So they are running this.
Oh, here we go. Going to spread that pack out again.
Sugars up against the tripod. Mighty Mouse
Oh, nice
fighting out the
stuff.
front.
Sugars weaving their way through the pack. That picks up a sweet 4 points.
But Mighty Mouse is, just
No.
picked up a penalty.
No.
No, asking
No.
to be returned to the track.
Return
but
to
of
the
course,
track.
they're going to have to return now on that same pass, which is always difficult because they'll return at the back of the pack.
But
Frustrating.
this is Mighty Mouse we're talking about.
Yeah,
Can't hold down Mighty Mouse for
you are
too long.
true. Very true.
Sugars, meanwhile, shaking off the D up the front, picks up another 4.
Yeah, that's a 12-point jam so far. That's a nice little pickup and just bringing Tweed Valley Valkyries out a little bit.
Buster, the only thing that stands between Mighty Mouse and freedom. Spanky Yankee doing some dance moves of a different kind. That was not the most specky. I'm looking forward to a lot better moves on the dance floor
Yeah,
tonight.
I think we're starting to see the fatigue hit in. It's second half. They have had a rest. Hopefully
But still-
adrenaline spikes again and just gets the muscle fibers twitching a little bit more accurately.
But it is the 4th game for this weekend
Fourth
as
game.
well.
It's
So
a super grippy track. I can't say that enough. It is a hard track for the old legs.
But this is one of the things about playing here at the Wayville Showgrounds. This particular track is quite grippy. When we were over in the Goiter Pavilion,
Yes.
a totally
Really
different
opposite.
story. It was
Yeah.
a slippy track, so everyone needed to bring all their wheels along.
Absolutely. Or just suffer, as I did.
But you're here, you made it.
That's right. We have Kiff on the track out for lead for the Valkyries, and we have Paralyzer still trying to push through the Valkyries blockers.
Lay and waste. There are bodies hitting the floor everywhere thanks to Paralyzer.
But Kiff just
Keep him
sliced
back. Can't keep
through.
him back.
Sliced through and locks in those points.
Totally different jamming styles. Kiff really going for that agility, getting around sort of thing. And Paralyzer is just a powerhouse.
Absolute powerhouse. And you need that variety amongst your jammer lineup. You need to have your twitchy jumpies. You need to have your head down thumpers and everywhere in between. It's good to have that diversity so the pack has to defend it all.
And they have to respond every time.
We've got Tenacious T on the line, and is that PMS?
It is PMS. Says on the scoreboard.
I said it before it was up.
Oh, massive
Whoa!
blocking.
Ref down, ref
247
down.
turbo curbo for the Valley Cats.
Oh,
And again, Tenacious T laid low by the defense. This is some monster blocking going on here for the Valley Cats.
and PMS sneaks through because there is so much focus on Tenacious T at the moment.
Yep.
They were just able to slip on the inside.
So well played, PMS. Handy 4 points.
Tenacious
Chasing
T
down with
knocked
it.
back.
Yep.
There was a stop on the line runner. Oh, but someone else slipped back. Let's
Here we
hide
are.
that star. Oh, it's all happening. PMS now knocked back and off the track.
Yep. Knocked down, got back up again.
Oh,
Tenacious T doing the panty stash at the moment.
and doing a lot of twisting and turning. There is a lot of momentum being thrown at them.
And again, Valley Cats coming up with a big block. Tenacious T really just feeling it. You can see that T is not having a good time out there.
Needs a nice bubble bath and a rest, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe some compression pants from our sponsor.
Maybe a nice hot cup of tea.
A nice hot cup of tea. I'm happy to prepare one for them.
All righty, here we go. Another
PMS.
scoring pass coming up.
Oh, and a star pass.
Uh-huh. Well played, T. And another 4 points before the end of the... So that was a really good one for the Valley Cats.
It was, and it was smart. I thought they might have called it off a little bit earlier, but I think with a little bit of not having as much go in the legs
We have
as
another
they hoped.
official review.
Oh, another official review. It's exciting. While Pants goes in. It was good to stretch out that for a 12-point jam for the Valley Cats. So 116 and 102 coming back together again. It's interesting to see these momentum changes back and front. I'm quite intrigued to see what's happening on this official review because nothing stood out for me. But if you're on the comments, Grant, I know you're watching. Anyone see anything that they might be want to put your bets into what this official review is about? Please do. Until then, I just want to do some shout outs to many of our sponsors because, of course, TGSS could not happen without them. The Quest King William South, I can vouch for comfy beds, clean accommodation. We've been staying there, the Newcastle Roller Derby League, and have absolutely enjoyed every moment. We've always also got the event Against the Grain, our media partner. And Pants is coming back to give an update. What is it about? I can't pick this one.
Okay, this one is more to do with, I'd say, behavioural issues.
Oh.
So apparently some words have been spoken that were
naughty words.
Not so favourable. So we are just letting the referees talk about this one.
Okay.
There may be a penalty issued if it is found that they heard some unsavoury language.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah, I mean, look, like we were saying quite a bit, everyone's tired, everyone's a bit emotional, and maybe sometimes just let their lips just get a bit loose. And let's hope not, but we'll find out if something's going to happen.
And it's interesting because we've been talking about, the rules are a bit of American-based rule set.
Yep.
And, of course, vulgar language is not nice, but Australians love a good swear. I am a potty mouth. I have to be very careful when I'm on the Boutcast, let alone live.
Those who know me well know I'm capable of some sailor-like language, but we do need to keep it in the can.
Yes, we try. I put on my professional voice.
All right, I'm going to go back out and we'll just see how this one
see what happens
out.
here.
All righty.
And I think obviously it might be that difference between swearing out of exhaustion versus a bit of a swear bear at a player. But things do creep out at times, and while Pants is going in to check what's happening, I'll just do a few more shout-outs to Cove Print. They're a family-run business who has been in the game for 22 years and along being good friends of ADRAD as they've helped with printing and everything you'll see at TGSS. We've got mad promo and poster and flyer distribution. It's an Adelaide-based business that specialises in distributing posters, flyers, festival program, guides, and they love to see bums on seats as much as we do. And of course, this year's TGSS, for those who aren't here, who are watching on the Boutcast, it's a little smaller than previous years. Of course, COVID's had a huge impact, but there are plenty of bums on seats. In fact, I think if you haven't got your seats ready for the finals, you are going to be pretty hard pressed to find a seat already, and they haven't even begun. But we've got Pants coming back to give us a little update. Haven't seen much movement around, so we'll check in.
Yep, so apparently, multiple referees did hear something said, so we're going to have a penalty assist to one of the Valley Cats as the pivot, so we're going to have another start. So the referee at the moment is just explaining the situation.
Yeah.
So yes, we don't mind a bit of exclamation in the heat of the moment, I guess you could say.
And it depends whether it's at a person or just
or
into the wind.
Breath.
Yeah.
And I think it's in this case it was because of the volume and it was still in reaction to
an incident,
and an action, like a response to pain. I think was was that ruling? But in terms of, yes, because it was at a significant volume,
Yes.
that they've decided that they will assess a penalty in this case.
And a
it's
penalty
a warning
is
to everyone.
That's
really.
right. A penalty is a penalty. It's 30 seconds to have a little cool down, maybe count your bones, make sure they're okay, and then get back out there with a reset. It's certainly not an expulsion,
No,
which
no, they don't want to do
is
that.
much more suitable for,
Yeah.
I think, this type of thing. So we'll just see another blocker down.
All right, so here we go back on track. We've got Sugars and Morbid Murder with the jammer helmet cover on for the Valley Cats.
And Sugar's out, but just tripped over her own skater's feet because they were such close blockers at that time.
Nice stuff from Morbid Murder there, able to lay the power down the inside to get through.
And I think Morbid Murder, this is their first jam.
I do believe it's their first jam here as jammer. Definitely not the first jam.
No, not the first jam of the game.
No siree, Bob.
No, not at all. And we had
Almost through Morbid Murder.
We had been told that the Valley Cats do have quite a few optional jammers, so it's good to see some options here.
Tremendous depth on that roster.
Oh, and they're off the track, so Morbid Murder heading to the penalty box.
That was the beast. No, it is Morbid Murder. You are right. So the Valley Cats in a bit of penalty trouble.
And I think when Sugar came out of their last pass, they were just, doing that reset vibe to them. So they're definitely coming out and have gotten off that penalty spiral. I touch wood because I don't want to send them back there, but able to pick up a lot of points here on this power jam.
So just two in the pack here for both teams at the moment. Everyone in a bit of penalty trouble. Spanky Yankee back on track now for TVR. And now two players coming back on for the Valley Cats, including Morbid Murder. So on a scoring pass,
and
let's
look,
see what can happen.
Because we have had a lot of blockers in the bin, we might see this run out just to clear the tic-tac penalty box.
Sugars just looking for some guidance, gets it. And suddenly TVR on back of a 16-point jam.
That is a huge jam.
It's a 30-point lead now.
Yeah, this time in the game, these sorts of little breakouts really make a big difference just to the psychology of the game, make it a little bit harder to catch up, especially we can tell there's tired legs.
So
and hats off to them.
Oh, okay.
I have tired legs in game one.
I've got tired brain now.
Yeah,
132
absolutely.
playing 106, so quick scoreboard adjustment as we head into the next one. So that was the wrong whistle. Wrong whistle, guys. Kiff was an absolute blinder. Out of the starting block at light speed.
I was watching Kiff's face just before that whistle confusion. I'm like, they're coming out hot. And they did.
It will be Mighty Mouse as the other jammer.
Because we can't see them.
Absolutely. No, I did see Mighty Mouse. There was a little bit of movement there.
We are down the track quite a bit. It is hard to see all the jammers.
All right. So definitely an official's timeout.
Let everyone have a good settle.
Yep.
Check the penalty box.
Yeah, well, the Tic Tac's penalty box, things are just getting sorted out in there at the moment.
There might have been a foul out in there.
I think there may have been a foul out, but that was at the end of the previous jam, I reckon.
Yes.
But I think that the middle and the outside just sometimes got to have a bit of a yabba just to make sure everyone's matching.
Absolutely.
As we go through this second half here. Track 2 at Wayville Showgrounds for the Great Southern Slam 2022.
And Kiff, straight through a step and around.
Meanwhile, Mighty Mouse getting stonkered at the back here with the pack.
I haven't heard the word stonkered in a long time. I'm enjoying that.
Noted. Some interesting words.
We're going to have a multiplayer called on the Cats blocker there. Just Kiff just ran straight into some arms that did not break quick enough.
But also 2 TVR blockers off as well.
Yeah,
so
we have a very small
is
pack.
Kept busy.
Oh, now we got some people back, thank goodness. 1 TVR blocker, now 2 TVR blockers versus 3 Cats blockers. And Kiff coming around for some more points. So we might see a bit of a longer jam here to clean out the box. Oh, no.
Nope.
Why do I keep saying that and they call it? I am a jinx.
Maybe
I'm just wrong.
You're just not down with the new strategies.
Well,
I don't know.
That could be true.
No, we want to have no blockers on track.
Yeah, Jill.
We like it being mobile. We like having other people have an opportunity to get through. It's all about fair play. I don't know.
And really,
it is a 12-4 jam in favour of TVR, and that's a good opportunity to call it
Absolutely.
up. Make sure the Valley Cats don't
And
get
again,
any more points.
tired legs, just put some new legs out there.
Yep.
Everyone's in the same situation, light on the blockers. Oh, we've got some amazing
Helsier
blocking.
is now pulled on the helmet cover for the Valley Cats. I think it's Helsier's first or second jam here as the Jammerin picks up lead. But
And
Sugars on the way through.
chasing them down.
Pack at a standstill on the back straight. Sugars launches in. Helsier is through Sugars on the inside. Got to go back and try again. So great opportunity here again for the Valley Cats. Try to claw back that 30-point lead into something more respectable.
And they're absolutely within space. 30 points can happen in a jam. I saw a 2-jammer jam yesterday. So they're both on the track. No power jams. 28 points to 0.
Strike.
And I'm just like, what in the world?
How
What
did
just
that
happened?
happen?
Oh, my good Lord.
Yeah.
But it's great to see.
It
It's great
does.
to see these jammers, these
right.
blockers just working together.
Almost stuck the landing on the apex jump. Sugars, no can do. Got to go back.
That would have
another
been
go.
a 4-meter jump. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe 3. But that was
It's
huge.
a 12-meter jump. It was like a new world's record.
It was.
Get out your tape measures, kids.
My goodness, that was huge. I'm a little bit sad that it wasn't landed because that was huge.
That was a big jump. Thank you very much for the comment, Tammy. We are loving this game, and we love the fact that you're enjoying yourself as well.
Oh, and a lovely call out about good manners cost nothing. I like to say kind people are my kind of people.
That's good.
Sometimes
I
we
like to
have a
say
moment.
good manners doesn't get you a spell in the penalty box.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, Kiff out for lead.
As is PMS through.
And we have all the blockers on the track right now. It's almost like they don't know what to do with all these players. That's
Who
how
are
I
you?
often
Hi,
feel.
my name is.
Oh, Kiff. Oh,
And some sneaky points.
are we going to see some?
Yay.
Yes.
Favorite points.
3-2, I think we might find here.
That's all right. Keeping their noses in front by 30 points. The Tweed Valley Rollers were counting down the time here. About 17 minutes left to go. Oh, it's less than. It's now 16 minutes and change. So it's all to play for. It's all about pride right now for both these teams.
Absolutely is. And Grant's let us know a little bit of inside tip, and I feel bad because I didn't even know this. Is Sugars at last TGSS, which of course is 4 years ago now, did their ankle during the first game versus my team. I had
It's
no
all
idea.
your fault. It's all your fault.
Oh, shout out to Sugars. We're so sorry. Injuries are awful.
Tenacious T, meanwhile, is your lead jammer. Mighty Mouse still trying to get through that pack. Lovely tripod of destruction going on here up against Mighty Mouse. And now it's a 2-wall.
Oh, and we've got Tenacious T coming off for a penalty.
Oh, no, here we go. So Mighty Mouse with the power jam, but still not through their initial, I believe. So we are waiting for Mighty Mouse to have some impact, but TVR doing their level best to make sure
Just burn out that penalty.
that the
Burn
Mouse
out that
cannot
penalty.
get through.
And this is exhausting at this time.
Spin,
Oh,
and through.
Spin to win, baby. Spin to win. It's Gemma's
tell you
best
what.
friend.
If I could give in some Mighty Mouse some dirty, like wet laundry there, it'd be dry.
It would be dry.
That
Absolutely.
was an immense spin cycle of moves. Alrighty, let's get it on. 1971 in
Whoa.
the way. That is exit mole.
And just losing a balance there. But Tenacious T out of the box and now through the pack.
Chucky, meanwhile, the last line of defense, letting Tenacious T feel every millimeter of that.
Absolutely. And a lot's gone on in this jam. We're almost towards the end of it, but not a lot of points on the board.
No, it's been down to the defense. The defense has really been stepping up.
Absolutely.
Mole, meanwhile, through. That's Mighty Mouse with a 4-point pass.
And Tenacious T locking in another few points.
Yep, doing
4
a little
points.
adjustment of the elbow pads on the way through the track, and that'll do it.
Mighty Mouse might have picked up a few more. No, hasn't
time.
picked up a few more.
Alrighty. Let's change it over. Let's get another one on. We've got 14 minutes or so left in the second half of this consolation final.
And we are starting to see a little bit of point creep again. Valkyries are pulling away just that little bit at the moment. Who knows?
They have an opportunity here just to keep holding on. After this game, of course, all the action is going to be on track 1. This is our last game on track 2 for the Great Southern Slam.
Oh, it is. And Kif, like a hot knife through butter, sparkle sexual, you are completely correct. Coming around as lead. Oh!
Call, and that is all she wrote.
Tripping over a bit of rope there in having that turn to spin and call, but grabbing 3 points.
Grabbing 3 points. So, yep, coming up next on track 1, we're going to have the Division 3 Grand Final, then Div 2, then Div 1. It is a Grand Final season now
I love
for the Great Southern Slam.
I've got my seat ready. I'm gonna shout out my voice. It's the favourite part of the weekend.
I can't quite shout out my voice. I've got the Division 2 live call coming up.
Yeah,
but
don't do that.
It's going to be awesome. As a South Aussie, we're very happy to have 2 teams in the Grand Finals this year. It's the first time that Adelaide Roller Derby have made the Div 1 Grand Final. So it's a history-making moment regardless of the result.
I was trying to remember back to the first TGSS because I know that Adelaide were up there. But really different circumstances, and it is just wonderful to have a home team. I think all of us have been so impressed with how Adelaide have been playing, but we should focus on this game. I'm distracted.
We can for a little while longer. Melonhead is your lead jammer for the Valley Cats.
And
and Sugars is out there as well.
I've got a little shout out here about the beautiful Mighty Mouse because the TVC jammers have been unreal this weekend. Hey Tammy, how you doing?
Star
Glad
Pass.
to see you on here again. Star Pass.
That's
Love
Buster
it.
now, who is pulled on the jammer helmet
and
cover.
Look at their fresh legs running around the track like they've got everything still left in the tank.
That's Buster for you, an absolute supreme athlete.
Oh!
Yeah, bear.
Ran up the inside line before the Cats could call it. I'm assuming they're going to get 4 in. Oh, bit of confusion.
Let's find out. Just making sure about that. And it is
3 points.
3 points?
3 points.
Yep, so 166 now for TVR. TVC, 12 points. There are now 138.
Little clawback.
So, yeah, not much time left to go.
The official timeout, just checking the box.
Yep.
Good a time to officially do some shout outs to our wonderful
partners
sponsors.
Here, yeah.
Oh, AJS Lighting Sound Events.
Yep.
We've had a great opportunity to have our live house commentators, which you might be able to hear in the background on the other track. Mm-hmm. But it is always great to have live commies and great sound.
Yep, AJ's have been a big part of Adelaide Roller Derby's trajectory here as the powerhouse team league in Adelaide, and they've been a big part of the presentation here at Wavell Showgrounds, supplying all the stage gear, lights, sound, the things that we've been using throughout this Great Southern Slam.
And it is a beautiful production that we have, and so many people contributing to it, such as Beard Casts.
Absolutely. Beard Cast's been a part of it. And
did I read that there is a link on all of the cast that if you want to drop a couple of dollars in to say thank you, that'll help out our sponsors?
There is definitely a nice donation link there on the YouTube channel there for Beardcast. If you feel like showing your appreciation, Beardcast, of course, been here all weekend from go to woe.
So long, such big days.
It has been big days. So if you want to buy Beardcast a beer, I'm pretty sure
they would appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate it. Absolutely.
Hopefully someone can carry them to the after party and put them in the corner and just...
I have a feeling that they'll be packing up.
Give them cake. Yeah, I have a feeling they will be packing up also.
Cake is very good indeed. All right, we'd also like to say a big old thank you to the Quest King William South apartments as well.
I mentioned them because we're staying there.
Oh, how is it?
It is so comfy. I've got a little kitchen. I've been having leftovers. It's been great. The things that just save me a little bit of money while I'm traveling and keep me happy because we're in comfort. I can watch some TV. It's been good. It's been good.
Excellent. So, yeah, if you're planning to come to Adelaide for the next Great Southern Slam or just to pop over for a visit, we do recommend you check out Quest King William South. They're our accommodation partner for the Great Southern Slam. Also, just thinking about how things have been going here in Adelaide, we've had a lot of help from our media partners, Against the Grain and Scenester. Scenester are a nationwide media company, but they've featured roller derby quite a bit in their productions here, online as well as on paper. Also, just talking about Against the Grain, they've been really helpful with promoting the league here, promoting the Great Southern Slam.
Yeah.
They've been on the TV here. We had the Today Show this morning.
Oh,
We've had
why did I sleep
news
in?
channels. So yeah, we've had the ABC here. So Against the Grain, thank you very much for all your help. Let's get some derby happening.
There is some exciting stuff here. One blocker on for TVR, which is exit mold, while Kif is the jammer and is out for lead. One blocker is holding back the Cats. Well done, exit mold. But now we do have Paralyzer out because it is pretty hard to hold back Paralyzer.
All right, nice stuff on the outside. That's number 9, Bricks. And forces a call off as well. Great work from the Valley Cats defense, forcing that call off.
And we're able to release at least another blocker from the penalty box then. It is a rough time when there's only one of you.
Exactly. So 169 playing 138. We've got 10 minutes left to go in this consolation final.
Yeah. Now there was a bit of a ref chat. It does look like the single blocker must have been that there was a bit of a line-up for the penalty box possibly.
That's right.
But we've got 2 blockers on for the Valkyries, 4 blockers on for the Valley Cats.
And if you're going to have some blockers on, let's make it Pain, Terror and Buster.
Tenacious T only just out before PMS then, and PMS had the inside line, so that was always that moment of who's going to bust it. So PMS is actually approaching the pack first.
Oh, cut track to PMS.
Cut track, yeah, right before, must have been a late call.
No, it was over the other side, just touched that inside line.
That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Trying to match Tenacious T and just touch the inside of the track. It's such a shame.
It's a power jam for Tenacious T.
Yeah, Tenacious T looking to get past, but those TVC blockers.
They are really putting some work in.
Absolutely. Everything at a standstill now on turn 3, but Tenacious T has worked their way through. Looking at the situation and decides, that's a good
ice
opportunity.
The jammer.
Yep.
Leave them in the penalty box, just give them a little bit of a head start on that next jam. Great idea. And sending out sugars.
I was also going to say, and to get off the track, because Tenacious T's been working so hard. You can see it in her face. It's like, oh man, can I get off the track for like a couple of minutes?
Just
sure.
let me have a lie down.
and a Horlicks.
And a Horlicks.
All right, Sugar is on for the power start. Let's get it on.
3-on-3 blockers, lots of offense, a bit of be offensive from TVR here. Trying to help Sugars out before that jammer re-enters. But PMS is on the track. TVR, we're ready for them.
Chucky was all over Sugars like a bad smell, but Sugar's able to shake her off.
Am I the only person who grew up with a dad that offered to have smells or no smells in all the food that they got you? That must be just my family.
Does that look give you the answer?
Yeah, it's your dad, yeah. Dad, can I have a cup of water? Do you want smells or no smells? Why would I ever want smells, Dad? Why? Dad jokes. Anyway, Sugar's calling that off, locking in some points.
Everyone's dad's a bit special.
It's part of the journey. 177 to 139. Again, it keeps. It's like a piano accordion. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out. This differential is not
doing
there.
enough to stay in front. Kif's lining up against Mighty Mouse for the start of Jam 16.
And again, I can only see Kif. But usually Kif is on the outside when they line up.
Straight on through.
Yeah. But Mighty Mouse is just having a little tumble, but looking for their offense, and beautiful offense then for the Cats, trying to get them out. But beautiful recycling for the Valkyries as Kif comes round and grabs some points.
There goes Kif. Gets the points in the call. So we're back to the start, really. It's just points and call, points and call.
Yep.
TVR just
wearing this clock down.
extending it just gently.
Yeah.
Pushing it out, and yes, and you're right, running down the clock as well is really important now at this stage. 7 and a bit minutes left to go. Still plenty to play. Still lots to play for.
Absolutely.
But TVR maybe just getting out the hammer and the nail. They just
and you
they're
always
ready
want
to go.
be the hammer, not the nail. But we've got Sugars back on the track for TVR. We've got PMS back on the track for the Cats coming around.
Oh, Buster getting in the way of PMS.
Sugars coming around some points. Oh, a flip backwards.
Yeah, boy, that was spunky, unke.
Oh, PMS looks like they're on their way to the penalty box.
Yep, so able to draw the penalty there. Well played from the TVR defense.
Oh, and a lovely run back, knockout hit back for the Cats there.
Hells yeah, getting amongst it.
Oh. A lot of work happening. A lot of little errors are sort of starting to sneak out. Again, been a big weekend. This is where sometimes the legs don't stay under the body. But TVR are calling it off, icing the jammer, leaving PMS in the box standing. Yep,
Sugar's happy to hit it and quit it and get off the track. And it also leaves PMS in the Tic Tacs penalty box as well. So it's going to be a power start for our next jam.
And we've got Kif out on the track,
yeah.
so yeah,
yep.
Makes a lot of sense. It's their turn. But also...
And we've got an officials timeout now. Let's see what that's about. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it's the penalty. It's the Tic Tacs penalty box, just making sure that everything's okay.
Chuck up. And have I mentioned how Tic Tacs, of course, not only are accountants but do financial planning.
Yeah, they can take care of all your financial needs, as they say.
Should I try to bust out one of these awful accounting jokes again? Oh,
okay.
Oh no, we're still.
Yeah, you got time for one?
What do you call an accountant talking to someone?
Boring.
Popular. That's so mean. All right, game's back on. Much more interesting than this list of bad, glorious jokes.
Whistle blows, here we go. Kif ping-ponging around the inside of the track, around the outside, too fast, too strong.
And TBR doing some great offense, trying to break up that pack just to reduce the numbers for Kif there. But they're getting ready for PMS to come out of the penalty box, which they are right now. They're lined up. Kif, of course, spin to win, grab the points. PMS straight out.
Nice push through, getting some helping hands there from the blockers.
And it is always nice when that push actually does help. Oh, Kif grabbing some quick points and calling it off for this last pass. Oh, I'm seeing some penalties being called here. Was it on who?
What was going on?
I'm just wondering whether Kif's actually headed to the box. No, not at all.
No, we do have exit moles sitting down in the Tic Tacs penalty box, so that's where the penalty was.
Okay, because there was a back block called, but I couldn't quite see who it was on.
Yep. So 7-0 on that jam. So Tweed Valley Rollers again just pushing that lead out. It's 192, place 139.
And we got Sugars back on the track, up the inside line, straight out for lead jammer.
Mighty Mouse looking to get on through.
Buster doing a lot of work. Oh, penalty.
Penalty drawn. So it's now a power jam for Sugars.
Oh, Sugars threw a little collapse through, but on their way through. TVR putting in a lot of offense to try to break up this pack so Sugars doesn't have so many blockers to face as they come through. And also they have control of the pack speed.
Buster just keep it. The TVRD is just keeping that pack split, making sure that TVC couldn't get another four wall going. That also enabled Sugars to get through. Mighty Mouse
little love.
Just as the jam was called off.
And you would have seen, of course, on that last pass for Sugars, there was a no pass, no point.
No penalty.
Yes, so there was only 3 points awarded.
Yep.
I always get that wrong.
It's
that little around.
Point. There's definitely a point. There's definitely a point, Godzilla. All right, we've got an officials timeout again. Looks like the penalty box just still wanting to have a bit of a yabba, making sure everything is done. There have been a lot of penalties throughout here, so I guess as the penalty count gets up for certain individuals, they want to make sure that everything is done properly.
Absolutely. And look, again, 4 games in a tournament weekend. Yep. There's so much excitement here. It is exhausting. That's what TGSS is about.
Yep.
And so sometimes those penalties creep up, especially in the second half. So I totally understand. I'm a high penalty blocker. That's saying it kindly.
But I tell you what, this game has been played for the most part with a really good spirit.
Absolutely.
Everyone's been really happy to be here, happy to get some competition.
No one's
and no one's come
doing
out,
awful stuff.
No one's doing awful stuff. No one's come out with an absolute bad attitude.
Nah.
Everyone, like team-wise especially, everyone.
No
is
one's
here.
coming out, I'm going to punch air like this, and if you get hit, there's none of that. And there's no kicking windmills.
You're scaring me.
Oh. You just watched too many Simpsons episodes. Yeah.
There you go. So, yes, it is. But it's fair to say this whole tournament's been played with a wonderful spirit, and everyone's been so happy to be here. Big shout out to Adelaide Roller Derby for biting the bullet and deciding to make it happen this time around.
Absolutely. And shout out to anyone at home who couldn't quite make it with their team, who's sitting there with COVID. I don't know if there's any of those for these teams, but shout out if that's you. I know that all of our team were being extra careful just so we made it here.
I did pack myself in cotton wool a bit over the last couple of weeks because no one wants to miss this, and sometimes it's unavoidable.
Absolutely.
You have to get on with life. But at the same time, everyone I know has been extra careful, and everyone's been having a wonderful time.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Big pile up on the main stretch. That's 5 bodies down all at the same time.
PMS
through the outside leaves the pack in their wake and is your lead jammer. That was fun.
That was fun.
Everyone
everywhere.
Hit the floor.
And look, we are just seeing a lot of tired bodies on the floor at the moment.
Everyone's just wanting to rub some concrete on themselves.
Just get horizontal.
Get horizontal for fun.
Look, these teams deserve all the big ups they can get, because getting to this point and still, they're big, long games. It is exhausting.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we're winding down into the business end of the second period.
And we're on Jam 20.
Well, also for these guys, it's been their second game today. So there is that.
Oh, call off. We had a bit of a whistle malfunction in there as well from the referee.
The referee's taken a knee.
Oh no. Maybe we'll have a bit of medics attention here. Maybe something caught in their throat. We're nearly there. It's a big, long weekend. We'll take a minute to...
making sure everything's all right there. And the St. John's are just going to come over and just make sure that our referee is okay.
Absolutely.
I
think they're okay.
I think they're okay. I think it's the old gob swallower.
Oh,
you got
isn't
that.
It the worst?
They're the worst. So you just had that little bit of whatever in your mouth or throat, and it just went down the wrong way.
Absolutely. And
so
I know they were reaching for their whistle, trying to get the
get the whistle on, and
the wrong time. An awful thing. And
insert sound effects here.
Yes, awful feeling.
Yep. Of course, the athletes not only wearing blue and red, but also black and white here. It's been a tough tournament for everybody.
And these officials are playing a lot of games.
Oh, they are. They've been doing four games a day sometimes.
Oh my goodness, that is exhausting.
Yeah, it is.
Watching 4 games is exhausting, let alone being on skates and trying to concentrate. The brain fatigue. Oh. Yep. My goodness. But we are nearly there. Only a few more games today.
All right.
Some of the best.
Tenacious has been assessed a penalty. So we're going to have a power start here for the Valley Cats as we get on for the next jam.
Was Tenacious not the lead jammer of the last jam? I can't quite. I've been distracted.
I may well have been, but you got a penalty right at the end.
Could have all been happening all at once.
That's it. So it does happen. You just get that last dying ember of the last half a second of the jam, and it's like, no, you did the bad thing.
That's right. And look, 60 points difference at the moment.
Yep.
I can't quite. Can you see what's left on the clock?
I think it's about 3 or so minutes.
Few jams left, maybe.
Yeah, 2 minutes 23 left. So not that long left in the game, but it's an easy 60 points. It's definitely doable, as we say in the biz.
28 points in a jam I've seen. 2 jammers on the track.
Look,
can be done.
not out of the question.
It's not. Difficult? Yes.
Impossible?
No.
Nothing is impossible here in roller derby. Roller derby, we make the impossible possible.
Sure.
Why not? It's our new catchphrase. It's our new slogan.
It is.
A lot of love here from the Valley Cats bench going on, so that's awesome to see. Even though they're down by 60 points, they're keeping the vibes coming, keeping the positivity flowing. That's how you do it.
And Grant's optimistic. Valley Cats just need a few leads and some quick timeouts and some clock work.
It's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question. This is certainly going to help.
Here we go.
Raised Anatomy out there as our jammer.
Pain Terror getting in the way. Exit Mole up the front.
Lots of offense happening from the Cats just to
Yep.
get them through. And
Here we
we've got
go.
lead.
And drew the penalty as well. So that's Bloody L heading off to the Tic Tacs penalty box.
That's-
Going to do a swap over with Tenacious T.
And that's what you want to reduce the numbers in front of you. Nice slow pack.
Spread it out. Yep, no pack is called.
Knocked out, reformed. And Tenacious T's back on the track coming in for their initial.
TVC setting their defense at the back of the pack.
Oh!
It's a back block.
Penalty assessed on
And
Graced Anatomy.
The insubordination, Graced Anatomy not getting off the track
Oh.
quickly enough, so it's now a double penalty and
And
a double power jam.
And I think that was one of those tricky. They're on the apex. The fastest route off is right through the track where you got to get off parallel.
You've got to get off as fast as you can. That means go to the outside,
It
not
does.
just slowly wend your way through to the Tic Tacs penalty box. So you got to get off quick.
You do. And of
Yep,
course,
good call.
Tenacious T through for 4 points.
Grant, we know you just love roller derby, so we're very happy for your comments throughout here. Keeping it positive, of course. And
Absolutely.
it's been great having you along with the live stream today. Tenacious T, meanwhile, picks up another 4, so it's an 8-zip run in the favour of the Valks.
And the Valkyries blocker is still doing a lot of work to make sure there is less people in front of Tenacious T, trying to reduce those numbers. The Cats are reforming as quickly as they can.
And they've done a great job that time. Look at that. Absolute standstill at turn 2.
Oh, and just popped out. work, popped out. But still fighting up the front there.
Spanky Yankee helping with the assist as well. And that's it. Points and call. Another handy 12 points to 3.
Yes, and we're 2:15 to 1:46 to Tweed Valley with not much time left on the clock here. We have, of course, an unofficial score, so we are just waiting to find out. I think that might be it.
Who knows? I mean, I don't want to call it yet.
Come
But
on, one more.
absolutely. The Tweed Valley Rollers have been to Bunnings and they've come back with some more wood and hammers and nails. But
Just in case. For the car park, maybe. No, things like that don't happen.
no,
None of that. This has been, you can see the spirit between both of the teams that they've played this. It has been a hard-fought game from start to finish.
and smiles from both teams as well at the end of
Maybe they're
jams
just
and things like that.
survival smiles as well. Big
That's right.
weekend.
I did another jam. I didn't fall over.
That's right, or I did, and I got back up again.
Yes.
But look, final
I
whistle.
still have all my limbs.
Yeah, I counted them and they're all there. Look, final whistle has blown. Congratulations to the Tweed Valley Roller Valkyries. Great game there. And a big shout out to the Valley Cats. They played a damn good team there, especially because they are multiple leagues come together.
3 leagues coming together to play together.
And yeah, everyone just killed it. And look, we've enjoyed it. Thank you, Pants.
Thank you, Godzilla. It's been an absolute blast.
And thanks for all for playing along. And good to see you on the comments again, everyone. Let's all buckle in for the finals.
Yeah, track 1 is where the action is. So head on over there on the TGSS channel. We'll see you there.
See you there.